Hey, we're Snappers, it's Tortimer the Great. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Subday battles. This week we did Gaming Logic's challenge suggestion of a team of 3, and so you had to use your limited team resources to manage to take out a team. In some instances much bigger than yours, other cases it depended on what kind of team you were going up against, but it was a fun little challenge where you had to kind of really strategize about the Pokemon you were putting on your team. So that they could do some good work for you in the limited room that you had. So Gaming Logic decided to do his battle in Little Cup, and he did a team of Chimchar, Cottony, and Binacle. And he is down to Binacle, having set up some stuff there, and the Cottony and the Chimchar are already dead, so he's going to have to one-person sweep through the entire team here. Which it looks like the Shell Smashed Binacle is able to do. He's got those rocks up that would break up any sturdy or Scarf or anything else he potentially was up against. And he's able to pretty much just come in and one-shot sweep through the entire team there. So even using risky moves like Stone Edge that aren't necessarily guaranteed to hit, the Fletchling comes in and gets the Roost up but goes down to a Razor Shell either way. And wow, congratulations Gaming Logic on your fantastic win there. And thank you again for the challenge. I appreciate you coming up with a fun challenge for us to try out. So let's check out what the rest of you guys did this week, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we go. Battle number 2 with Vernon, and Vernon decided to go into the OU tier. And he leads off with his Gliscor, sets up the sub, and starts throwing up sword dances there. The Celebi's not having any of that, so he goes ahead and breaks the sub. But Gliscor is able to get it back up before Celebi can do much about it. And it doesn't have the bulk to get through his sub with one hit, so it's going to have to switch out into Dragonite. As Gliscor continues to set up safely behind the sub, healing back up from his toxic health. And they switch into the Heracross. Now, Heracross at 2 times speed, 2 times attack, Mega Heracross even. That's going to be a bit of a challenge to deal with. And I'm guessing he doesn't even have to go to the Garchomp at this rate. Tyranitar is going to take those pin missiles, pops that balloon, kills him on sight. Very, very nice. Good work there, Vernon. Let's see, he's got the Rock Blast going up against the Altaria. Critical hits, not mattering in the slightest. Mega Heracross is a beast, for sure. For sure, and down goes the Mew. Whew! Buddy, Charizard's going to come in and take that Rock Blast in the face, go down in one hit. Oh, man. And then Celebi's going to come back in, pin missiles, 4 times super effective. Yeah, that'll about do it. So, awesome battle there, Vernon. Good on you for taking some strategy and sweeping through the OU tier like a boss. So, thank you so much for your battle. Let's check out what the rest of you guys have, shall we? Alright guys, here we go with another Little Cup battle. This one coming from Sugar Puffs, my good friend Sugar. And man after my own heart leads off with the A-Palm, gets the Fake Out off against the Baltoy, and is going to knock it off and kill the Baltoy. There we go. Good work, A-Palm. Ooh, going up against the bulky Vullaby. Always a challenge for A-Palm, but he comes in with the Fury Swipes, gets a crit, which is going to work out nicely. Get it down in the red, but not enough to kill. Takes a knockoff, which loses his Life Orb a little bit, but A-Palm doesn't need a Life Orb to kill, so comes back in, kills the Vullaby, no problem. Cyndaquil Choice Scarfed, I would assume, because there's no other way you're outspeeding an A-Palm there. Proves Choice Scarf by continuing to throw up fire against a Tortuga. Tortuga comes in and is going to set up the Shell Smash. So a little bit of a trend you're seeing there. If you're doing the Little Cup battling, Shell Smashing will help you get the sweeps you need to do it with half the teammates. Tortuga is going to then go ahead and Earthquake the Clauncher after Rock Sliding the Skidoo. And the Nidoran, I'm assuming, throws up the Sucker Punch, does some good damage, but it's going to take an Earthquake here. Yep. And go down. So, good work, Sugar. Thank you so much for the submission. I really appreciate it. And just a reminder, if I remember, I think last week I forgot, but there should be links down to everybody's channels in the description down below. So make sure to check out Sugar and all the other people who are in the battles today. So, alrighty guys, let's check out the next one. Alright guys, here we go with Brave Beast submission, and he went into the UU tier. Nose Pass comes in, takes a hard drain punch, but is going to heal back up with the berry juice. Throws the Toxic on the Pangoro, and is going to take another drain punch, which is going to take him down to a sturdy again. He's going to go ahead for the Pain Split there, which is going to heal him back up all the way. And he's going to continue going down to that sturdy. He's just stalling here. This guy, oh, level 1. Okay, fair. I was like, how is he healing all the way? That makes sense. Fair enough. That's a good... I've not considered that before. There you go. So he's going to go ahead and continue his strategy here of pain splitting them to death, because he can just sturdy through everything. Predicts the Spore there, bounces that back to the Amoonguss. Is going to have to take it that time, and is going to be in a bit of a pickle there with the Giga Drain taking him back down to the sturdy. Can he wake up in time? It's not looking likely. So the Nose Pass is going to go down at that point. But good strats there, Brave Beast. That works out nicely for you there. Pimp Crow's going to come in. Brave Bird, the Amoonguss, take that ugly mushroom down. Get some attack boost there from its Moxie, so that works out nicely. Sucker punches the Pikachu in the face. Doing work there. Dodrio comes in. Going to also take a Sucker Punch. Going to go down. The Moxie continues to boost as Murkrow goes sweeping through everybody. Throws up the Superpower, which will take a little bit of his attack, but he's already 2.5, so I'm not going to do that much. And then they're down to their Clawitzer, and one Sucker Punch with a crit will be enough to take the Clawitzer out. So nice strats there. You guys are doing great. My battle's going to look terrible in comparison, but you guys put some real thought into it, so congratulations to you guys. Very impressed, and thank you, Brave Beast, for your first submission. I believe that was your first submission, so thank you. I look forward to watching your fun battles in the future. So here we go. Let's check out the next one. Alrighty, guys. Here we go with another Little Cup battle for today. Thunder decided to go Little Cup as well. He's got his Zigzagoon, his Doduo, and a Ponyta. So this will be interesting. Zillion goes ahead with the Belly Drub, gets his 4-time attacks bonus, and then is going to Extreme Speed the Hot Chick in the face. Skylar comes in at that point. Not much Zigzagoon can do against Hone Edge. So, oh, except for Thief. Ah, there you go. All right. Zillion has taken the toxic damage, though, so Thunder is going to have to hopefully sweep through the rest of these guys pretty quickly before Toxic is going to go ahead and take him down. Gets the Extreme Speed off on the Toxic Croak there, or Krogunk. Then Drillbur comes in, going to take that Extreme Speed as well. Looks like Thunder's not even going to need the rest of the Pokemon. One more hit on Staryu here, and he should be done. Toxic would probably have killed him that turn, but it doesn't even matter. So awesome! Congratulations, Thunder, on your full sweep there. And would have been cool to see what you had playing with the Doduo and the Ponyta, but hey, you can't argue with a 6-0 sweep. So very cool. Thank you so much for your submission, Thunder, and I love you guys doing Little Cup. That's awesome. So alrighty, guys, here we go. This will be the last one. Let's check it out. Alright, guys, I decided to go into the Anything Goes tier because it seemed to be slightly less competitive than Uber's, which is where my teammate Blaziken ended up putting me. So I chose my 3 Pokemon not on some crazy strategy like you guys did. You guys put way more thought into it this week than I did. I actually decided, well, if I'm going to do a team of 3 Pokemon, at one point back in my youth, on my Pokemon Ruby cartridge, I did a 3-man run through Hoenn. I had my Torchic, I caught a Ralts, and then I grabbed a Magikarp, and I just went through the region. And I had a lot of fun with that run. I love those Pokemon, so these Pokemon are kind of, not really recreations, but they're inspired by that team, Fox, Zortez, and Kraken. So no real strats here, but I pulled those 3 Pokemon out, and I ended up, I don't know if Legacy Lion, I don't know if you're trying to I don't know if you're a viewer of mine and you were trying to do your own thing with the 3-man sweep or whatever, but I apologize if I ruined your attempt. But anyway, I was able to come in here, and Fox Mega Evolves, and even with the paralysis, we're eventually able to build up enough speed that we're going to overcome the paralysis, and the Stone Edge is going to land enough times that even with the misses and things like that, we're going to be able to do some decent work with Fox before he goes down here. And that leaves them down to their Squirtle. And so Fox is, again, sped up enough that the paralysis no longer matters, and is able to Flare Blitz, sacrificing itself to take out the Squirtle. So, again, not as quite of impressive a display as you guys did, but hey, you guys are awesome. So I won't even pretend to try and compete with you guys in that effect. So for this week's challenge, I want to do one that I've kind of come up with. There was I think one that I saw in last week's episode, and I'll keep that in mind, and we may use it again later. But what I'd like to do this week is so what I want to do. Here it is. I want you guys to build a team around, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be specifically superheroes, but so, like, there's all these superhero movies coming out. You had the Avengers earlier this year. You've got, you know, Suicide Squad coming out. You've got Justice League in the works, things like this. Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, all these different things. And it doesn't even have to be a movie thing. If you've got a favorite team, you know, like I heard recently, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is being remade, or The Watchmen, or, you know, it doesn't have to be a movie, but or if there's a team in, like, the video games you want to do, or, you know, things like that, video games, comic books, or, you know, something like that. But I want this to be a clash of the superheroes sort of thing, or superhero team up sort of thing. So pick your favorite team, whether it's the Avengers or the Guardians of the Galaxy or the Justice League, or, like I said, it doesn't have to be superheroes. It can be like the Suicide Squad, which is the villains, or the Sinister Six, or whatever you guys want to do. Pick one of those, and if you need help, Google superhero teams or something like that. But build a team based around that unit. So, you know, you figure out a Pokemon that matches up with Captain America or Iron Man or Batman or whatever it is you're doing. And I'd love to see what you guys come up with. So that's what we're going to be doing this week. You can do that again, any tier that you want. And I'm looking forward to seeing your submissions. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Gray, and you guys have been great. There may be some instances where this series may have difficulty updating this summer. I just want to... This is my wife's last week of work, so she's off from now on. And I may be able to get times to record. It may be sometimes difficult. And unfortunately, with this particular series, I can't, like, pre-record any of it because it's all you guys. I've got to give you the time to get them in. There may be instances where, since I basically only give myself, like, Friday to do it on, if I can't particularly find a gap on Friday to do it, or maybe Saturday, then it's possible that that's not going up that week. So if you guys could do me a favor, we may be looking at possibly like changing the deadlines. Like, you guys will only have till, like, Wednesday to get them in or something. So if you could get them in as quickly as possible so that I have more time to try and record, or just be understanding that it's possible that there may be weeks in between this series, or they may not come out on Sunday as they have been. Maybe I'll have to fudge that a little bit sometimes. Whatever it's going to be, there may need to be flexibility with it this summer, because I'm pre-recording a bunch of other stuff just in case I not be able to get recording done. But this series I just can't do that with. I'm going to try and keep it going, and I'm looking forward to seeing your superhero submissions. Just know that we may need to be flexible on when the episode goes up. So, we got that in mind. I've been Tortimer the Gray, and you guys have been great. I'm excited to see your superhero team up submissions for this week. Get those in as soon as you can, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.